Hi, my name is Dan Clark and I'm here for assignment 2. Part 1 is to demonstrate my understanding of the features of the modern case and explain why the modern casings have been designed this way. Part 2, according to my research and my opinions, are there any weakness in the modern case design that can be improved upon? If so, what might be altered to improve the design and what effect would it have on the ballistics performance? Part 3, I chose question 4. In all of the casing types, how is head spacing measured? I got 2 bullets for this. I got a 30-06 with a primer and a 7mm without a primer. Here sits your projectile, i.e. your bullet. Here sits your neck. Here sits your shoulder. Here sits your body. Here sits your case head. In between your body and your case head, you have your extractor groove. In your body, you have your gunpowder, i.e. your powder propellant. On the back of your case head, you have your stamp. And also, you have your primer pocket where your primer sits. And after you fire the weapon, you get your flash hole. The neck is responsible for holding the bullet. The thickness of the brass is typically 0.010 to 0.015, and ideally, the neck diameter is 0.001 to 0.0015, below that of the diameter. The neck tension plays a critical role in holding the bullet in place. The amount of neck tension required varies drastically as it depends on bullet weight, caliber, recoil, and the type of firearm. The shoulder. The shoulder is the most cases is responsible for head spacing the cartridge in the chamber. This head space determines how deep the cart sits in the chamber in reference to the bolt face. The body, also called the powder chamber, has two primary functions. First, to contain the powder charge, i.e. your gunpowder. Second is to swell under pressure to form a gas-type seal between the chamber and the case. The case head is the thickest part of the case and consequently also the strongest part of the case. The case head contains the flash hole, the primer pocket, the head stamp, and their extractor grooves. The flash hole is typically 0.060 in diameter, is responsible for ensuring that the spark from the primer ignites the powder. The flash hole allows the gases to flow back into the primer during combustion. The primer pocket has 2 functions. First, retains the primer through handling and firing of the cartridge, sealing the gases within the cart. Second is to set the anvil in between the anvil and the primer cup. The extractor grooves is responsible for providing a surface for the extractor to hook onto and remove the case from the chamber. Part 2. Some shortcomings are brass is expensive and heavy, and the case being the most expensive part of the load. They are working on other type materials, for example, 2-piece cases where plastic is used for the body, and the case head is made of brass, steel, or aluminum. Plastic cases reduce the weight by 60%. The basic case can also limit the pressure that the modern firearm can operate at. They are now working on caseless ammunition, which reduces the weight and the cost. We are not likely to see brass fade out soon. But, however, with rising prices in copper and with innovation in the industry, we can expect to see more and more case material and design being used. Part 3. In all casings, how is head space measured? What is head spacing? Head spacing refers to the mechanical interference whereby the cart stops moving forward when chambered. Head space is measured in 2 ways, internally and externally. Internally, head space is set by the cartridge design and is matched to the chamber diameter and length. Externally, head spacing is measured within the set of head space gauges, a go gauge and a no-go gauge, or comparators, or even micrometers. Examples: rim cartridge use the thickness of the rim for head spacing. Rimless, straight-walled cartridges, common in pistols, head space off the case mouth. In conclusion, head spacing either way is critical for safety and functionality of firearm, as incorrect head spacing can lead to dangerous conditions affect the accuracy of your weapon.